Hi, my name is Rachel Hughes. I'm your instructor for Introduction to Nutrition and a Dietetic Technician or Orientation, Diet NT 123. This is an 8-week course and it is offered completely online this semester. It's a very fun 1-credit introductory course. Our goal is to get your questions answered about the dietetic technician program as well as the career of a nutrition and dietetic technician professional. So let's do a little orientation regarding the course. Again, it's only an 8-week course, so we'll be done mid-October, so that's kind of nice after your midterms. Than to have one less course to worry about. If you go to the Blackboard page, you'll see on the side of the left-hand side is where you'll find a lot of the information that you'll need to be successful in the class. So first and foremost, you'll see the introduction and announcements, and you can read about me and my history, and then also a little bit about the course. Then you'll want to click on the syllabus tab, and you can go ahead and look through the syllabus and formulate some questions that you might have regarding the course, and I'll show you a spot where you can ask questions about the course after that. Then next, you'll see a Contact the Instructor tab. That's where you can find my email and my phone. Please feel free to ask questions at any time, either via Blackboard or via email or phone call. I do my best to respond to students, usually in about 24 hours. If it's a weekend, it might be 48 hours, but I do sometimes respond on the weekend. And then underneath that Contact the Instructor, you'll see the weekly lessons / PowerPoints. This is where you found me, this video today. It's also where you'll find information each week, readings, videos, and then the assignments that are required each week. Because this is only an 8-week class, there is something due every week, but trust me, they're very manageable, typically not too time-consuming assignments. And they're going to help you learn more about this program, the MATC requirements, and then the nutrition profession as a whole, in terms of a dietetic technician versus a registered dietitian versus an uncertified nutrition professional. Under week 1, let's talk about some of the things that I want you to do this week. Oh, sorry, that was my dog choking. He's okay. I want you to complete the weekly lessons. There's a few videos and a few documents that I want you to peruse. And then you'll do a short introductory discussion board post. If you need help on how to post in a discussion board, you can either contact me, or I did set up a tutorial under the announcements that shows you how to post in a discussion board. Make sure that you're going in and commenting and reading your classmates' posts, because will be a great way for us to get to know each other, especially seeing that we're online and not face-to-face. Your first assignment then, aside from the discussion board, will be due next week, and that is the entrepreneur assignment. What that assignment involves is looking for someone who has their own nutrition-related business. And I highlight this assignment because I want you to start thinking about the different ways that nutrition professionals can make a living. Oftentimes we think of clinical settings, community settings, but there's a lot of dietitians and nutrition professionals out there who are doing work on their own. Maybe they have a consulting practice, maybe they do video work, perhaps they work at a gym. So there's a lot of different options. The examples that I have listed in the syllabus and on the assignments are some sites that, if you're struggling, if you don't have a nutrition professional that you follow, those are good suggestions. You don't have to use any of those sites per se. If you do follow a nutrition professional on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, you can use that person's information. However, I do require that person is credentialed. And by credential, what that means is that they are a nutrition professional who has undergone education in an approved program and then has passed a state or national exam to have that credential. So the credentials that I'm looking for is a registered dietitian nutritionist, a dietetic technician registered nutritionist, or a certified dietary manager. Okay. In the instructions, I do say that if you do a bio on a nutrition professional who is not credentialed, you will lose half the points for the assignment. This is something that I feel pretty passionately about because, as you can imagine, going online, there are so many people out there who are giving nutrition information. Some of it is sound, much of it is not. And when we're looking for someone to aspire to be like, I want to make sure that that nutrition professional has undergone a rigorous school program and has sat for a national exam. Really, there are no requirements for the term nutritionist. So right now, if you wanted to have your pet gerbil become a nutritionist, you could basically say your pet gerbil, let's say his name is Wilbur, is a nutritionist. There is no requirements for that title. So I want us to look pretty closely at that credentialing piece. If you have any questions about that, you can let me know. There is a tab then under the discussion boards for questions. You can submit your questions on that forum if you would like, or there is an option of calling me or emailing me. My one request is if you are emailing me outside of the Blackboard platform, that you just let me know what class you're referring to. Okay, as you can imagine, I have many of you in multiple different classes. So when you say, hey, I have a question, what am I supposed to do for week 2? And you're in 4 of my classes, it's hard for me to differentiate what your question is about. So you might say something like, hey, Rachel, for orientation to dietetic technician or for 123 class, can you define what you need us to do for week 2, or can you clarify what you need us to do for week 2? So basically that's my introduction. The largest project that you have for this class is developing your own portfolio. And this is not just busy work. This portfolio you will use throughout your tenure here at MATC. So we're going to develop a very basic structure, either using WordPress or using Google Sites. Both of them are fairly easy to use, but it is an extensive project. So I'm talking about this now so that you start thinking about it before our 8th week when it's due. There's a lot of tutorials in our weekly lessons that can help you with building that portfolio. I think you'll enjoy this process. I've included some examples from last year's class that you can look at. And know that, again, this is just the start, the very start of your collection here at MATC, and then we'll utilize that website to add more to your portfolio throughout your tenure here. So when you leave, you'll have a digital portfolio that you can show future employers. That's all from me for today. I'd like to welcome you to the program and to this class, and I really look forward to our time together. Thank you.